Salve, anyways, this is Ghost Reaper Girl, and this is a character, another one of the main characters, and this is K-A-I-K, Kai, Iod, I-O-D, and basically he's a Kython, a chain devil, if you know like D&D or anything like that, and you can see this is his chain, and when he joins with Clo Love, the main character, she turns into the Ghost Reaper Girl, or the Ghost, this is basically the Ghost Reaper Girl form. It's based on this, he knows her, he was like a biggest fan from this B movie called like Ghost Reaper Girl, just kind of like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, like stuff like that, if you're into that. And this is kind of like Vampire Hunter D meets, Lollipop Chainsaw. So you can see he's her submissive, he's her slave, he's her servant. He even has a contract because her body's very special, so when you possess her body you gain powers. Normally when these ghosts get a host, they don't gain the powers like that. They're like a zombie, they're limited, and that's why you can see kind of like ghost and host. So you know what I mean, ghost host, Ghost Reaper Girl, ghost host, you know what I mean. But yeah, so this is him. You can see he's a talking Scythe. Vampire Hunter D. Vampire Hunter D has where they had the talking sword. And this is the second chapter. This is where they fully meet Noel Ulthar, another one of the main characters, where she turns into a different form with him. Just to show you really quick, when she joins with Noel Ulthar, that's her form. But when she joins with Kai, that's her form. You know what I mean? That's Ghost Reaper Girl form. And the thing about the Ghost Reaper Girl form is that basically she starts out with the skill through the blood. So that's basically when she slashes somebody, instead of instead of killing them, like slicing them in half, she's able to slice them with the Scythe to get rid of the ghost. So she gets rid of the ghost instead of them. So anyways, you can see this is what they look like in the normal forms a little bit. There's Noel. This is Noel. That's what Clo Love looks like normally, which is weird. People think she's older with that hair color. And that's Kai Iod. And like I said, here's another one. Here's Kai in his tuxedo. So, and there's Reanimator West. This is Reanimator West. That's Chaco. Chaco's holding the thing in the Nyarlathotep. That's Noel. I already did a Noel one. That's Shogoth with Clo Love. So basically, he's her total servant. He's protecting her because the ghost escaped from Arkham Bullit. And he knows Nyarlathotep, so he gets her to join the Arkham Bullit East branch because she needs money, because they're like eating her out of house and home and stuff. And she's pretty poor. I mean, she was in the weeds. She wasn't like, she was playing like dead bodies and cadavers and stuff. She was really limited on what she could do because they think she looks younger, so it made it hard to get roles. So basically there's some story they haven't gotten into yet where Kyod had another master and something happened to her. I'm assuming it's just her, and she must have died because Mistress Nyarla, or Nyarlathotep, Mistress Nyarla, not Nyarlathotep, Chaco will call her Mistress Nyarla, and he'll call Clo Miss Clo, you know what I mean? So Mistress Nyarlathotep will call her for this one. Basically, there's a history with her and Kai. So when they first go to the thing, she's given some trouble because she wants Clo Love for herself, because when she does this thing when they test her, it shows that she's kind of special. So then they get into combat. He's kind of limited in what he can do when he's just the chain devil, the spirit. He needs a body to really do stuff. Because Clo Love ends up that she has to save him because he goes to save her, and because all these ghosts like round up. I think producer Pseudo gets possessed. I think he's the one that gets possessed, and he rounds up a bunch of other ghosts. They're trying to get them on the subway, and then there's like some other stuff, and he shows up, and then she goes to save him, and she gives him permission into her body and join with her, and that turns her into the into the Ghost Reaper Girl that we all know and love. And you can see she's really pretty. She's got like nice shoes and everything. So basically, yeah. So when he joins with her, eventually she gets another skill. She gets the Hound Chain skill, even though she starts with Through the Blood. The Hound Chain skill lets her basically, how you can kind of see, it lets her ensnare them in the chain and stuff. So she uses that, I think, first in chapter 13, where these like, they're chasing the thing and it's too fast. So she's exhausted, so the only way that she can catch it is to ensnare it with the chain and then use Through the Blood, basically. Well, in this case, she actually slices it because it's like a spirit. So yeah, so Kyod, some people didn't trust him or like him at first, but he's definitely He's definitely, you can see he's wearing sneakers, which is kind of weird. So yeah, he's one of the other main characters, and he joins with her. But when he doesn't join with her, he's still a little bit more useful than Noel. But when Noel's joined with her, you know, he's more agile. So yeah, basically Iod, he's a decent character. He's not that popular. The male character's not as popular as female characters in this. You know, I really read it because I like Love, I like Shogoth, and I like Nyarlathotep, but I don't mind. I mean, it makes me think of the guy in Food Wars that would always be like walking around like half naked, and he'd have just like the apron and stuff, because he makes like food for her and stuff in the mornings and stuff. So it's definitely like a Food Wars homage at times, because there's another thing when they did the job. So she took everyone out to meals, and they ate all this food, and the food was drawn really nice. Then she kind of makes a pass at like Shogoth and stuff, but he's always a gentleman, because there's like a thing where she's like going in the shower, and the two men are in her, you know, staying in the place, and they can phase through walls, and she's kind of wants them to sneak a peek, but at the same time she tells them not to, and you know, so it's just like she's starting to feel like a woman and everything. And Kai's like a total gentleman, so he would never do that. You know, he has something about him that they kind of say early on in the chapters, but I'm not going to get into that because I think it's stupid and I think it's absurd, and if anything it just describes why he goes to hell. Maybe that's why he was in hell in the first place. But yeah, like I said, he's pursuing these escaping ghosts, and he's helping Love. He enters into the contract with her to basically be her slave, her servant, her submissive, you know, whatever, her familiar, whatever term you want to use. But yeah, there's definitely some DS elements in this, which is really good, but it's like a good DS, because you have like Nyarlathotep, who's more like the sadistic type of person. You have Love, who's more like the compassionate, sensual, loving type of person. But yeah, Iod's pretty cool, Noel's pretty cool, you know what I mean? They work together with each other. It's not like Showgirls when they're trying to throw each other down the stairs. He's probably the second main character, because him and her pretty much, he gets introduced before her, so I went a little longer than with Noel, because Noel, like I said, he doesn't have any skills yet, so kinda, he's like hunched over, you know what I mean? Reanimator West, maybe I'll do him eventually, but like I said, check out Ghost Reaper Girl, and hopefully this helps you understand the characters more, and it gives you a little bit of a background and idea what they're all about. And if you're into H.P. Lovecraft, you'll probably like this, and you'll have a better idea. And thanks. Take care.